Am I the a-hole for refusing to pay for my stepkids like I do for my daughter? I, 43F, have been with my partner, 38M, for about 3 years now. Between us, we have 3 children, my daughter, 10F, from my previous marriage, and his 2 daughters, 11F and 13F, from his previous marriage. When we first got together, things were complicated because he was going through a long, expensive family court battle just to be able to see his kids. After everything was finalized, he got them every other weekend, and sometimes during the week if they felt like coming over. That arrangement already felt unfair to me, because it meant my daughter and I basically had to schedule our lives around whenever his kids were available or wanted to be here. At the beginning, I didn't mind too much. I've always been the primary breadwinner in our relationship, and I supported him both emotionally and financially while he was fighting for custody. Since I was making more money at the time, I didn't really think twice about paying for all 3 kids when we did activities, trips, or celebrations. I also picked up the slack when it came to birthdays and holidays so that his girls didn't feel left out or like their dad couldn't provide the same experiences. But here's the issue. Recently, I decided to take a lower-paying job. It was intentional. I wanted something with fewer hours and less stress because my old job was draining me completely. While I'm happier mentally and emotionally, the reality is that I simply don't make the same income anymore. Things that used to feel like no big deal financially now actually make a huge difference in my budget. Now, when we talk about planning things, I've been saying I'd rather schedule activities for weekends when it's just me, my partner, and my daughter. That way, I can afford to give my child experiences without stretching myself thin by paying for 2 additional kids who aren't mine. On top of that, to be completely honest, his youngest and my daughter don't get along at all. They bicker and fight constantly, which often turns what should be a fun family day into something exhausting and miserable. The breaking point has been this season-long lesson program that I signed my daughter up for. It's something she's really excited about, and I'm proud I was able to afford it for her despite my lower income. But my partner is upset because he feels like his kids should get to do it too, otherwise it's unfair. The problem? He simply can't afford to pay for them. He already pays a good amount in child support to his ex, and after bills, he doesn't have the extra money. He even asked his ex-wife if she could chip in for the lessons, but she flat out refused, saying it's not her responsibility since she already covers things on her time. Now my partner is angry with me. He says that I shouldn't have set a precedent by paying for everything when we first got together, because now his kids are used to being included in everything we do. He thinks it's cruel that I'm drawing a line now, especially since this program is something his daughters would probably enjoy too. He feels like I'm excluding them, and by extension, excluding him. From my perspective, though, I don't see how it's fair that my daughter should have to miss out on opportunities just because he can't afford the same for his kids. I'm already covering my child's costs on my own, while he struggles to cover his. I also feel resentful that somehow the burden always ends up falling on me, even though these aren't my children. I love them and treat them with kindness when they're here, but financially, they are not my responsibility. So now we're at this huge crossroads. He's upset and basically implying that I'm the bad guy here, while I feel like he's not taking accountability for his financial situation or his parenting role. At the end of the day, I just want my daughter to be able to have nice things without it always turning into a guilt trip or a fight. So, am I the a-hole for not wanting to pay for my stepkids to have the same things as my child anymore?